Hey there, Gemini, and welcome to your week of December 13th, 2021 general tarot reading. We're going to be looking at your energy coming into this week, and then we're going to look at some challenges here in the center, and then some outcome cards for you here on the right. Hopefully everything is clicking with you. We're going to do some clarifiers with those as well, and then we're going to tie everything off with an oracle card at the end. So hopefully that's all resonating, but if parts of it aren't, or some of it isn't, or it's all resonating, just don't try to make something fit that doesn't. All right, here, Gemini. So let's get into your reading here, starting on the left side here with your energy coming into this week. Lots of major arcana here for you as well. We got 4 here, almost half your initial spread. So that's quite powerful. But we're starting things off here for you with the Moon, the Ten of Swords, and the Magician. The Moon is the sign of Pisces card, so you may have Pisces in your chart, might be dealing with the Pisces as well this week, so very interesting to start things off. But I see you walking a very definitive, well, not definitive path here, but I feel like you're very much manifesting things for you, like manifesting yourself, manifesting how do I put this, like you're manifesting what's right for you at this time here. The Moon is about walking your own path, the path that's best for you. You can see these 2 dogs here on either side. They sort of represent external forces, whether they be, base things in our lives, like the kind of like things that we are kind of our natural, what we want, or sort of on the other opposite side, sort of what is expected of us in the world here as well. And you kind of have to strive that path in the middle, like what is it for you though? Like what is those requirements for yourself? So I feel like you're very much walking your own path here at this time, Gemini. And with the Magician, I feel like you're manifesting what's right for you too. I feel like with the Ten of Swords here as well, I feel like you're very, I don't want to say quick to get rid of things, but very quick to get rid of like negativity, like things you're like, if it doesn't serve you, if it's not part of like what is best for you, I feel like you're very quick to kind of like, let's get rid of it then. Like it's not a part of the plan. It's not a part of what I want in my life. Let's just kind of leave it here. So I like that. Like that's a good energy to be in. So like not suffering negativity just because it's like, well, maybe it'll work out or maybe it's good for me or something here, right? Hello, Journey. So moving on into your challenges here. In the center, we've got the 8 of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the 7 of Wands. I feel as though here, it's sort of a, I feel like you might be putting your efforts into the wrong spot in some degree. Maybe that's kind of something you need to cut out. Maybe something you don't realize you need to cut out here. Like, because we were just talking about how I feel like you're realizing that things that don't serve you, you're willing to get rid of. Like you're willing to be like, all right, that's it. Let's cold turkey. Let's get rid of this here. But I feel like there's something that you're really trying to make work. Like you're kind of trying to square peg and round hole it at this time, right? Now this could be because you kind of have kind of the goggles on here. Like we can see here with the 7 of Wands, it's kind of like defending your position, right? Like you've got all these outside forces trying to knock you off this hill here. And it might feel to you like this is mine, it's gonna work. I just gotta, put more time in, put more effort in or whatever, right? And you get that very much narrow-minded here with the Hangman here, because normally Hangman represents looking at things in an alternative way, but when it's in your challenges, it's quite the opposite. It's like, no, this is it. This is the only path, right? You got the blinders on, much like a horse in a race, right? And with the 8 of Pentacles, it's kind of like you're just like, it doesn't matter how much work you're putting in, it's just not succeeding, right? So yeah, I just feel like there's something here that you need to change, right? You need to change your perspective on it, or you need to realize that it's just not working here at this time. Over here on the right side, though, we have your outcome cards. We got the Ace of Swords, the Hermit, and the 2 of Pentacles. The Hermit is Virgo's card, so you may have Virgo in your chart. Might be dealing with a Virgo as well this week. But with the Ace of Swords and the Hermit and the 2 of Pentacles, this is you working hard. This is you overcoming any challenge you face. I feel like really using your mind to get to where you need to be here. As you can see, the sword, the Ace of Swords, the hand is over top of the mountains, it represents overcoming any challenge you face, but also the sword coming up through the crown. I feel like that's you using your mind to achieve glory and power and respect and authority in whatever it is you're trying to do here at this time. Also, speaking of mountains, the Hermit is on top of the mountain. He's climbed to the top of the mountain and he's using the light of the star inside of his lantern to guide him his way forward. So his wishes, the things he wants to come true in this world, to guide him forward here. And I feel like that's kind of what you need to do here, is you maybe need to have a bit of that moment where you need to really reflect on what you really want and realize that there's more than one way to get there, right? There's more than, one path in life. A big thing I've talked to, well, not talked to people, but for myself, I've talked to some friends and stuff about is the ability, how people learn, right? How people learn new things, right? So for instance, my job where I currently work at, they very much, everyone, when I got there, they trained me in such a way that was like, just learn on the job, learn on the fly, pick it up as you go, just figure it out, right? Because that's how they were taught, and that's how they learned, and that's how they learn the best, is because it's just figure it out, get in there, put your hands dirty, practice it. I do not learn that way. I learn best by people explaining to me why you're doing certain things. So for instance, there was one person I worked with who taught me to do something very specific there. And he said, the reason why you do this is because where I work for a transport company. He's like, you put the pallets tight against the wall, because you may come with a wider pallet later, and if you have one that's kind of slightly off from the wall, it may catch and do damage to the freight, or if somebody else is loading the trailer after you and that happens, it could damage the freight as well, or cause a sudden stop for them or something, right? It's just gonna cause a mess. And I always remember that, and that's something I always take care to do at my job, is to make sure the pallets, when I'm loading them, are tight against the wall of the trailer so that people have room and stuff. But there's all sorts of other things I didn't pick up that way because nobody explained them to me. They just said, figure it out, try to do it, because I don't learn that way. And I feel like that might be something here for you, is like, there are other ways to do things, right? And there are other concepts and things like that. For another instance, speaking of people learning things, I have other friends who don't learn by people telling them how to do things or telling them why to do things. They do learn by practicing and going out. Some of them learn by examples of watching other people do something, and then they're like, okay, I get it, now I can do this, right? They need to see an example of how something works first, and then they're like, oh, okay, I understand what's going on here. So I feel like for you this week, Gemini, you need to really kind of realize that there is more than one way to do things. There's more than one way to go about something. Like maybe this thing that you want to have happen will happen. It's just the way you're going about it now. You need to kind of open your eyes and look at it from a different perspective. So let's get into your clarifiers here to give us some more details on your reading. Excuse me there. Oh, excuse me, got the hiccups all of a sudden. But thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it so much, Gemini. Appreciate all the love and support, the likes, the comments I see in the videos every week. Appreciate that so much. And I send very much the same back to you, all this love and support as well. Hope you're doing good. We're going to tie everything off with an oracle card at the end of the video after these clarifiers, so you're going to want to stick around for that as well. So let's get in, see what we got to clarify your energy this week. We got the Two of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the High Priestess. All right, interesting. Lots of twos here because the Two of Cups, of course. The High Priestess is the second in the major arcana, and the Knight of Cups is the second slowest moving knight as well. So interesting. Maybe 222. Maybe go look up that synchronicity number after this, or maybe pause the video and go check it out now. But very interesting here. With the Two of Cups, we have those options, right? Two of Cups can represent making a choice, as all twos do. So I feel like there is that, what kind of a choice are we making here? Are we going to stick with this, or are we going to just cut it out? Are we going to end something? Or are we going to keep going with it? Like, I feel like you constantly have that decision that you keep making. Like, I feel like you're in that energy. So you're like, okay, do I do this or do I do that, right? Which path do I take? I feel like it's very black and white for you, which is interesting because the High Priestess tells us not just trust your intuition, trust your instincts, your guts and all that, but she sits between these two pillars. One is black and one is white. And that's as if to say she sits between the two, as if to say nothing is ever just black and white. There are shades of gray. There are different ways to go about things here. So very interesting here. So again, I feel like you might be thinking very much black and white when you should be thinking, oh, there is shades of gray. There are nuances. There are different things here to consider rather than just is it good or is it bad, right? And with the Knight of Cups here, I feel like you are moving forward and moving forward towards your dreams. What I love about this Knight of Cups is he isn't hesitating. The regular Knight of Cups in the Rider-Waite version here, he is on the other side of the river and his horse is kind of hesitant to cross. Like, what do I do? But here he's in the thick of it. So I feel like that's you. That's you. You're in the thick of it. You're in the river crossing to the other side because you know your dreams are on the other side. So I feel like you're heading in the right direction. It's just maybe you need to open up your considerations a bit here. So let's take a look at your clarifiers for your challenge cards as well here, Gemini. See what's going on, all right? What do we got? We got the Knight of Pentacles, Zawoldo, the World, and the Death card. Very interesting that those two came out together. Yeah, again, progress, I feel like, on whatever you're trying to get going here in your challenges is agonizingly slow. The Knight of Pentacles, we've gone from the second slowest knight to the slowest knight, the Knight of Pentacles. Very slow moving energy here. With the Death card in the World, a cycle needs to come to an end. A change needs to happen, some sort of big change as well. And it's just not happening here. You're just, that progress towards that is just so agonizingly slow. I feel like because you're not opening up your eyes. You're not trying to find a different route. You're just being like, this is it. And that's why the progress is so slow. The change isn't happening. The cycle isn't ending, right? It's just not here for you. The Death card is also Scorpio's card. So you may be dealing with a Scorpio. Might have Scorpio in your chart as well. 2 water signs have popped up for you now. It's very interesting there as well. So maybe we got water on the brain this week here, Gemini. So let's look into your clarifiers for your outcome cards as well. There's a couple of pop-outs here for you. We got 2 here. We got the 3 of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and we get 1 more here for you. See what we got. We have got the 8 of Wands. Again, we're talking about 2s. The 8 of Wands is the second fastest card in the deck, period. The only thing faster is Cancer's card, the Chariot. So very interesting. But we've got the 8 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles here. I feel like once things get turned around here, once you open up your mind, open up your thought process to like the alternative avenues here, we'll get the 8 of Wands, that fast moving energy. Things will move along quickly because you'll start seeing like, oh, I never thought of something in this way. I never thought of it like this before here. And I love that. That's fantastic. And you'll have quite a bit of success because of this, I feel. With the Page of Pentacles here as well, it's just, once you got things going, the Page of Pentacles, he's got that seed, that first seed to plant to say like, I'm going to grow this and have an enormous harvest here in the future. And it makes sense as well with the 3 of Wands because the 3 of Wands is about being patient and waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for your reward to come in, right? So you're going to be moving right along, planting those seeds and getting ready for a big time harvest here in the future. Once you open up your eyes to saying, you know what, maybe there's a different path here. That's interesting too, because just talking about seeds and planting seeds, because with farmers, they kind of rotate their crops, right? Like they won't plant like back, year to year. They won't say like, I'm going to plant corn in the same spot every time. They'll plant like corn there once, 1 year, and then the next year might be potatoes or something else, right? That way the ground doesn't get used to the crop from before. I believe if when you do that, you get less and less of a harvest every time, right? You get more of a bigger reward when you keep rotating, keep it fresh, right? So I feel like that's kind of what you need to do, is keep your options, your possibilities fresh here, so that way you can yield a bigger harvest. So let's look into your oracle card to tie everything off here, Gemini. See what we got going on for you. Hopefully this has been resonating. Hopefully this has been helping you out. And let's take a look and see what we're tying y'all off with here. You got the Mouth Spirit, tend to the small things. Yeah, maybe that's all this is this change of perspective is just a small thing. It's just a little tweak you need to do in order to look at, things in a different light, right? Like we're talking about those blinders, like on a horse when a horse races, right? Those blinders are just little things, but they obscure so much, right? And you imagine just like for a second to take your hands and just put them on either side of your head, like on your eyes, and think about like how much you're not seeing because your peripheral vision is cut off, right? Like think about that for a second. Like that's crazy, like how much you don't see. And you have to like completely turn your head to see something that you could just see out of the corner of your eye, right? And that little thing, your hand just being in the way there cuts off so much, right? So tend to those little things because they're gonna limit you from seeing bigger things, right? So hopefully that's helped you out. Hopefully that's resonated with you, Gemini. If you want to help out the channel, if you want to help me out here, you can hit the like button down below, hit that thumbs up button. You can subscribe to the channel as well. That will both let YouTube know that you like what I do here. You can also check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too after this one. See what might all be coming for you in the week ahead. That'll help you out a ton if you're subscribed as well. It'll be easier to find this channel so you can not only see those, but see every week as I upload more and more videos. You can also, of course, check out, as I said, check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too. But thank you again for being here, Gemini, and I hope to see you in the next video.